Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is going to be kind of a neat little thing to show part of my collection that I don't talk about a lot, and that is my 45 collection. I don't necessarily collect 45s. I've probably got 30 45s. I probably only listen to about less than 20 of them on a semi-regular basis, five of which I'm about to show. If I buy a 45, I prefer for it to be a a picture sleeve, and it's got to be something kind of special. Generally it's not something involving a song that's already on an album. Now, obviously, there's exceptions, but I wanted to show five 45s for my collection. So the first, and let me know if you have any of these or if you can recommend, others that I'm missing. This is one that I've talked about before, by a group called the Blue Stingrays. This is the cover there. You can see it's a Record Store Day exclusive. It's got two songs, Grits and Eggs and Dawn Portal. The Blue Stingrays were a fictional, quote, group that recorded surf music. They were instrumental, meaning they didn't have vocals, not they were instrumental in the world of music. Though some might argue they weren't, but some might argue. What this is, it's an alias for members of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mike Campbell and Ron Blair, I believe. I think Benmont Tench was on here, as well as Randall Marsh from Mudcrutch, I think, was on here as well. It's essentially kind of a group. They have one album called the Blue Stingrays, and these were two songs that came out during those sessions that were released as a 45 that didn't make the album. This also came with a guitar pick, which I have somewhere else, but it's just two more surf rock tracks, and it's really, really cool stuff. I know I gave my buddy Gary over at Physical Format this 45. I know he's a fan of that Blue Stingrays album. Plus, it's on the super cool little 45 there, the blue, obviously, which matches the Stingray, the Blue Stingray name. But it's just a really, really fun little 45, and I really enjoy having it as kind of my completest in my Tom Petty greater world. Speaking of Tom Petty, let's jump here. This is Mudcrutch. This is a couple of songs from their second and final record on Reprise Records with that brown label there. The first song is Trailer, which is the first track on Mudcrutch 2, and the second song is Beautiful World. This is one of those exceptions that I bought this because it was a good price. I'll try to be a Tom Petty completist. Both of those songs were on the Mudcrutch 2 record. But again, I think it's just a cool little piece of memorabilia that I found. Again, there's the cover. Obviously, Mudcrutch is the first band that Petty was in. Well, I say the first. He was probably in other bands. The first semi-professional band that he was in before the Heartbreakers. Original members had Mike Campbell and Benmont Tench, who I just mentioned, as well as Randall Marsh and Tom Ledden, who is the brother of Bernie Ledden of the Eagles. But yeah, you got Trailer, which was originally a Heartbreakers tune recorded during the Southern Accents era, and was then re-recorded for Mudcrutch with the addition of another verse. So very, very cool. And Beautiful World has Randall Marsh, the drummer, on lead vocals. So very cool just to have that as part of my Tom Petty collection. From Tom Petty, let's move to Brian Wilson, kind of. This is an album that I saw, didn't really hear about it until Brian Wilson passed away last year, and people were pouring tributes out there. And somebody that put a tribute out there was a gentleman by the name of Andrew Gabbard from the Karma Chief label, which is a subsidiary of Coal Mine Records that my buddy Alex from Beer and Vinyl likes to talk about a lot. They're a great label out of Ohio. But Andrew is a really cool singer-songwriter. He tours as the guitarist for the Black Keys. And when he's not doing that, he's put out stuff with his brother as the Gabbard Brothers and has put out some really good solo records as well. But this was a kind of a double A-side that him and Kendra Morris, who is another Coal Mine Karma Chief related artist, they did a version of Don't Talk from Pet Sounds. And isn't that just like the coolest cover? Like, this is the back with the font, very Beach Boys like right there with the colors, the green. And then some really, really cool pink wax there with the wallpaper kind of in the background. But yeah, just a really, really cool double A-side of a great kind of a deeper cut off of Pet Sounds. So really, really happy to have that, and found it for like $5. This is an album that, well, I keep saying album, that's what I'm used to saying, that Brian from Shamrock and Record showed, and I had no idea that this thing existed. He showed this probably 2 years ago, and I immediately had to go on Discogs or eBay, whatever it was, and find it. And it is a single, not a record, by the Avett Brothers and Randy Travis, the country singer, that they put out during their CMT Crossroads episode. Now, if you don't know what Crossroads is, that was when a country artist would pair up usually with like a rock artist, especially when it started. Then it kind of, lines were getting blurred as to what was country, what wasn't. So this is one of those where the lines are kind of blurred, because the Avetts definitely have country influences in their music. So it's really more of just like, the old school pairing with the new school. And it's just 2 songs. The first side is February 7, which is an Avett Brothers song from their album The Carpenter. This was about the time that album came out. This is from 2013. Side B is 3 Wooden Crosses, the Randy Travis tune. And obviously, for both songs, you have both Randy Travis and the Avett Brothers swapping verses and lines and such. But really cool. This one has a little bit of a rough surface. It kind of crackles a little bit, but you can see kind of the custom label there. So that says Randy Travis, 3 Wooden Crosses, and then you've got the other side, the Avett Brothers. So very, very cool to have this. I'm glad that Brian mentioned it. Otherwise, I never would have known that this thing exists. And those of you that know me know I am a Avett Brothers fanatic. So I have to have, if I can find stuff that has the Avett Brothers on it, there's a strong chance that I'm going to pick it up. So there you go. And last but certainly not least, this is a single that I've been playing a lot, as you can imagine. This is cool because neither of these songs end up on the record. This is the Lemon Twigs and their single, I've Got a Broken Heart, with Friday, I'm Gonna Love Again. Friday, I'm Gonna Love You. Written by the Daddario brothers, Michael and Brian. These are just 2 fantastic, bubblegummy, sugary sweet pop tunes that would have fit in with any of those 60s groups from British Invasion or on the American side of things. I've Got a Broken Heart just has these soaring vocals, fantastic 12-string solos. Friday, I'm Gonna Love You just has this really, really cool kind of like 1966, 67 kind of psych rock, kind of like an Incense and Peppermint kind of, it could have fit right in with those songs. Has a little bit of like psychedelic kind of sound effects at the end. This was put out by Capture Tracks. It is sold out, so you'd have to find this from secondary sources. Same on both sides, and it's just on Black Wax. So that is just a fantastic single, and I love it because it's like a little asterisk with their fantastic album, Look for Your Mind, which came out earlier this year. So that does it for me. There are some singles that you might dig. Let me know if you have any of those, or if you need help maybe tracking them down. Maybe I can help. But that does it for me. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.